Thank you, everyone. It means a lot. And I'll do all in my power to see us through to the end.
So you've survived the fourth rivalry after all. Color me impressed.
I guess the little prince just couldn't measure up. Given that he had the fortress's power, he should have had at least a 60% chance of winning. Oh well.
And knowing Shirley, she would have gone all out when it came to battle. We figured this place could use some touching up.
Is this all just a game to you?
You two really are the worst.
I see McBurn's not with you. Even so, I can sense him. He's waiting for us somewhere in this fortress.
McBurn has his own things he wants to take care of. But I've gotta say, he's been real fired up since your run-in at Orcus Tower. We promise not to play too rough. If you're curious, why don't you go check up on him yourselves after we're done here?
This battle seriously!
It sounds like they're only going to do the bare minimum to fuel the rivalry.
That's right. The more I understand how the rivalries work, the more intrigued I am. They're very well designed. They're actually the perfect reference for my Ars Magna research. So please, don't hold back. I'll need every little bit of data I can get from you.
You really are the worst.
You may be an Anguis, just like the Steel Maiden.
I'm terribly sorry if I offended you. I considered dropping in to bid her farewell, but Since we weren't especially close, I decided it wasn't my place. To be honest, though, I'm a little surprised McBurn didn't stop by.
Who knows? Maybe he already said his goodbyes. I'm sure our other members outside of Erebonia would have liked to pay their respects too. Oh well. That's just how things go sometimes.
I've got a question for you two.
And why would you possibly be interested in that, little SSS fangirl?
It's because the SSS got wrapped up in it that I want to know. And now that we're on the topic, there are a bunch of things I just don't get about you. You go around pressing people's buttons and making evil grins, but I don't get the feeling you're as much of a jerk as you let on. And on top of that, people say you've looked exactly the same for the past decade. What even are you?
Oh?
Could he be a homunculus like me and Milliam?
Aren't the Enforcers free to do whatever too? If they want to leave the group, Ouroboros doesn't try to stop them at all. What kind of evil organization works like that?
The Guild's been wondering that for a while now, too. The Steel Maiden went off and did her own thing, and Sharon's quit completely.
Not just them, either. Joshua, Ren, Blue Blanc, the late Blade Lord, and one other I've heard about.
Damn it, Egret! Why you gotta steal my thunder like that?
Wow! Those are some serious leaps of logic right there. But maybe this was bound to happen at some point.
That's right. Liberl and Crossbell's fate being swallowed by the Empire, the SSS's findings, the Gospel Plan. Anyone who cared to put together all these pieces should have been able to realize what was truly going on.
People. And Yuna's own determination that she's come so far.
If Reen is the core of Class 7, then maybe Yuna is the bridge that links Class 7 to the world.
Whoa there! I think you're giving me way too much credit. I'm just trying to get as much info out of them as I can. Knowing them, they're just gonna get in our way, say something vague, and then vanish. Right now because you feel like it. But I'm fighting back for the sake of those who believe in the future. I have no idea what Ouroboros is planning after the Great Twilight's over. But whatever it is, we'll put a stop to it. Just like we're going to stop you now!
Wow, not bad.
Yuna.
You tell him, girl.
Well said. I'm proud of you, Yuna.
Of course, it was Thor's Class 7 that cut and polished her. And thanks for that excellent little speech of yours. I think I'll actually go all out for once.
Damn it, of course they've got backup.
Brace yourselves, everyone. We're gonna have to give this everything we've got.
Let's be about togetherness and bonds. Maybe it'd be fun to see what happens if I thin your ranks a little.
How about this? If you show me a good time, I'll throw in a little bonus. I'll share a juicy tidbit about the Society, if you win. Only information the Grandmaster has permitted me to share, of course. I want to hear you fight, and struggle, and cry out in pain!
Prepare for battle! Don't be fooled by their tricks!
Fight them with everything you have, with the power of all our friends and allies! Right!
Welcome, one and all! Enjoy this carnival of pleasure and pain!
The harder you try, the more fun it'll be. How about this? Frozen Prison!
them away!
Let's go!
Yeah!
Let's go!
Roar! Helix strike!
Not bad.
It's my turn! Take this! Wide open!
There!
By flowing mana.
My turn.
Strike!
Be gone!
Not today!
Let's go!
Roar! Helix strike!
Ooh. You're sending shivers down my spine! Witness the power.
Let's go! There!
An opening! It's my turn!
Roar! Helix strike! Now!
It's mine!
Arcus activate!
I'll.
Yeah!
This isn't good.
Eternally flowing. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form.
First!
Second.
Third!
Fourth.
Fifth!
Sixth.
Seventh!
8 leaves.
Breaking Dawn!
This is nothing. Let's go! It's my turn.
Thunder Fang!
I'm up.
Let's bring out the big guns!
Let's go. Crimson Slash.
Witness the power of the Wellspring
I'm up.
Alchemist!
Crimson Slash. Not on my watch.
I'll.
Let's go!
Very impressive indeed.
Now, let's go.
We did it!
How'd you like that?
Dear me, how unexpected.
Oh, I even used the skills I copied from the Ironbloods, but it didn't make a difference.
I won't let you. I'm coming too.
My. You're not as easy to shake off as those simpletons from the SSS, are you?
Come on now. Do you seriously?
But you said you'd give us more info. So it's time to pay up.
What the hell happened with the Phantasmal Blaze plan? Let's start with that.
Oh, fine. The truth is, the plan is still in effect. In fact, it's nearly at its end. Once the rivalry of the Seven has been completed, our objective will be met.
How come Vita wasn't even aware that your goal had changed?
Not all its pieces stick together properly.
What do you mean?
In other words, your goal isn't to claim the 2 Septarians.
but rather, you intend to return the power divided among the Divine Knights back to one.
And it doesn't matter to you if
Observing the path each of the 7 Septarians take when dropped into mankind's hands in this possible world. That is our goal. The driving force behind the Grandmaster's plan.
Possible world?
What the hell does that even mean?
I'm afraid those who are still bound by the shackles of this world wouldn't be able to comprehend our mission. Don't worry your pretty little heads about it. Just focus on the rivalries ahead. Rufus is waiting for you on the top floor, by the by. Oh, and he's got Alberic with him. You might want to be careful with that one.
The chief of the gnomes is there too? Whoa. An ion!
I'm sure he'd appreciate it if you went and paid him a visit.
Regardless of how this tale ends, Ouroboros will carry on with the Grandmaster's plan. We will soon move on to the 3rd stage of the Orpheus final plan. Who knows? I may just be lucky enough to encounter some of you again, someplace or other. Oh, and by the way, Yuna dear, would you mind passing a message from me to Ellie and your other friends at the SSS? Please tell them. We'll meet again someday. Oh, and that I'll be rooting for Crossbell's independence.
Earlier than expected, too.
Yes, we've come for you, Rufus.
Did you really think those two from Ouroboros would hold us up for long?
It doesn't matter. They've fulfilled their role. The only thing we require for the rivalry is the Ashen Awakener. Everyone else is none of our concern. The Azure Awakener included.
Really mean, why don't you?
This guy has textbook villain written all over him.
Ouroboros has their own priorities, and we have ours. We can't expect outsiders to be fully invested in our plans, after all.
Yes, I suppose that's true. Their organization is only interested in observation. Further cooperation may not be necessary.
Today's just full of interesting info, huh?
That's a topic for another time, perhaps.
The wings stolen from the Steel Maiden's device.
The Auric Knight has completely absorbed them now.
That power was rightfully won by the Ashen Knight. It should have gone to Valimar.
Rufus Alberea, Knight of Blood and Iron, the man before... Interrupting a duel at the last minute. And for your own selfish reasons. Have you no honor?
He did the same thing back when he killed Grianos at the Infernal Castle.
You're pretty messed up for someone who's supposed to be the noblest of nobles.
I can't deny it. But even so, noble blood still runs through my veins. Banter aside, I had as a Knight of Blood and Iron. Surely you can't fault me for picking the most efficient course of action. Oh, and by the way, I'm happy you were able to recover Millium, even if she is simply a projection from the sword.
How dare you!
It's okay, guys. He's not wrong, you know. Sup, Rufus? Long time no see!
Yes, you certainly surprised all of us back at the Claro Lectors.
Aw, don't sweat it. We didn't really have that many chances to hang out anyway.
Millium, you're definitely one of a kind.
I think you're being a bit too cheerful given the situation.
Sorry to interrupt, but I believe this will have to do for our banter. We should begin the preparations now. Ideally, this would have taken place during the Great Twilight's climax, but I suppose it may out yet. Should you lose to Lord Rufus, he will obtain the Sword of the End, allowing us to be fully prepared for the final rivalry.
Sorry, but that's not how it's going to go.
You seem pretty confident that Rufus will win. No. Maybe it's not Auric Knight.
Oh?
It's true that the Auric Knight has seemingly limitless potential, just like the Argent Knight.
You see, the Divine Knights may appear to be equally powerful, but there is a hierarchy among them. They have engaged in many battles over the past centuries, each time being wiped from the annals of history. All as practice for the Divine Knight is destroyed, with time it will regenerate. Their awakeners, however, often end up as undead abominations. Nosferatu. Do you remember the field of endless blades you witnessed during your trial below Thor's? Each sword marked a Divine Knight's defeat, the grave of yet another of its awakeners. Which glows like the moon. Following them was the Crimson Demon with 1,000 weapons, the Vermilion Knight. Compared to such supremely powerful machines, the Azure, Palatinate, and Ashen Knights are nothing.
Where does this guy get off? Kinda pisses me off to hear him trash talk Ordine like that.
It's true that the kind of energy it gives off feels completely different from the others.
And now that it has the Argent...
You don't have a damn clue what we're capable of.
Class 7's been through so many crucial moments together. Everything we did in the Civil War, the Grawl of Erebos.
And in the course of those events, we lost some of our dearest friends. Yet despite that, we never gave up.
We challenged foes we way whenever we needed it. No matter how hard it was, and even if it was only small steps, we kept moving forward all the same.
Yeah, and the new Class 7 is following in your footsteps.
No. You've already caught up to us, Yuna. Instead of walking in our shadow, you walk with us as equals.
Optimism, perseverance, and say you want to create a world ruled by the Black Workshop. But if there isn't any heart in this cold world you want to make, then what's the point?
I'm sure when you made me and Tilly, you never expected us to have feelings. But we went way beyond what you expected. We pretty much became humans.
Yes, I believe this applies to Kia as well.
What we want to create is one completely under the Ebon Knight's control. A world where the inhabitants, like the gnomes, are enslaved to a higher power without wills of their own. Where people can't find meaning in their lives by struggling and helping each other to move forward. But is there really any meaning to a life like that?
Think yourselves unique. I have experienced my own fair share of hardship and struggle. And ultimately, I have no plans to serve anyone either. Not the Ebon Knight, nor Chancellor Osborne. My path is clear. I will be the one to surpass my father.
The Holy Sword of Vishnard.
That's one of the twin blades the Alborea family used to slay Nosferatu.
So Arnaud delivered the Holy Sword of Elvars to you. This is simply perfect. We can have ourselves one more sparring match before the rivalry.
Do as you wish, but we must begin our preparations.
Zora Balor! The original combat shell.
That's right. Even Estelle and the others had a tough time dealing with it.
It pains me.